Trapped in a cage, trying to break away. It's always the same story.
Thank you so much for taking time with me to do this interview, man. You've been in
no,
Toronto
thanks for
now.
having me.
You've been in Toronto for like 24 hours. What's been going on? Because I know you've been doing some of the sites. I think yesterday that you were at the CN Tower.
Absolutely, yeah. I went to the CN Tower with a couple people from the band and from the crew. Loved it up there. We were there while the storm was happening, so it was kind of intense, kind of cool. And today woke up early and did a few interviews, and not just visited the Hockey Hall of Fame. As a former hockey player, I had to. So yeah, definitely been walking around, wandering around, and I love it. It's great to be in Toronto.
And then, of course, you have to be at the ACC, and there's a reason why you have to be at the Air Canada Centre. Well, now, I should change that up. They're soon going to be calling it the Scotia Centre, I do believe.
Yeah, I think the name just changed, but absolutely. I'll be on tonight at 7:30, opening for Shania Twain. And obviously, as a hockey fan, play where the Toronto Maple Leafs play. And I saw a game last year, so it's pretty insane to be back just under a year after and then play this legendary arena. I'm really excited for sure.
Now look, I want to get into the music. I want to get into the career before that, things like that too. I want to talk about everything that's going on in your life, but I got to ask you right off the top, Phil, how did you get picked out of so many artists around the world that you would be one of the acts with Shania Twain?
I know, it's crazy. So basically, I met her in Switzerland. So that's where she lives, and I live like 5 minutes away from her. Have you heard of the Montreux Jazz Festival? It's a legendary festival we have in Switzerland. It's been going over 50 years. All the greatest acts have played there. And the founder member of this festival is the guy that discovered me. And so he invited me to play like a little show just before the festival. And so it's just me and the guitar on, in a little place. And Shania was there, and she liked my music. And so then she invited me to lunch. I had lunch with her and her husband. And then, she's been a fan of my music ever since. And she would ask me from time to time to come to a festival, see me. And so we became great friends over the last 6 or 7 years. And she's been a mentor for me. She listens to my songs, gives me advice. And then when she started planning this tour, I said to her, hey, if you need someone to open for you, I'll come. Just me and the guitar. I can do a good job up there, and then we can also do a duet. The Party for Two, we do it as a duet every night. So that's kind of how it all happened. It's over the years we just, I fell in love with her music. She did with mine, and we're great friends. So it was kind of a perfect setup. And when I think about it and when I look at it, it's truly amazing, as you described it, that I've been picked from millions of artists who would have loved to do this, and I'm the only opening band, which is even, it's even more amazing. It's just me. I play half an hour before her show, and then she goes on. So it's really something special.
Well, congratulations on that, man. Especially the way your career is, because as you've mentioned before, you're from Switzerland.
Yes.
And this is a family kind of job that you did being a hockey player, because I think your dad was a hockey player too. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, exactly. My dad played for 14 years in the top league in Switzerland. I'm really proud of his career, and he's a great guy. We've always had a good relationship, and he probably gave me the love for the hockey. I used to go watch him as a baby, so that probably gave me the love for the hockey. I played for 13 years myself, and so yeah, that was more of an option for me than the music. But I've always had the love for music. I started playing guitar at the same age I started playing hockey. Actually, I was 7 years old, and then I've always been writing. I've always been producing. Even music videos or, just writing stories. I've always been very creative. I've always had to express my feelings and stuff through music. And, so that's why, through the years, as I was growing up as a teenager, I was sure that what I wanted to do was music. And then age 13 or 14, I started playing all the bars and weddings and the parties and for my friends and family, and, just, got used to being on stage and was loving it every time a little bit more, and now it's just a blast to be able to play by myself on all the biggest arenas in the world. It's and opening for the legend that Shania Twain is. It's definitely it's definitely really cool, and not what I was supposed to be doing. So even better.
What kind of stories do you like to write about?
Oh, I write about all kind of different stuff. Growing up, as like my first album as a teenager, I would write about what every teenager feels like. The only thing is, I was sure I was the only one feeling like that, like every teenager does. I was in the you don't understand mood kind of. And so I wrote about all these things, and then that was a real eye-opener, because then after the first album dropped, I had, hundreds of people texting me or emailing me or whatever, putting on the socials how they felt just like me. And so then I started realizing that it was just not me feeling like this. So then I started writing about a bunch of other things, from the most, like, light topics, like partying in a place, to, like, really deep things. Like, I do a lot of charity, too. So, like, my song Leaving Tomorrow talk about the refugees who have to leave their country. I went to Syria in 2014 in a refugee camp. And then, kids up the streets in Latin America and stuff like that. I write about these things. I write about day-to-day things. I write about relationships with friends, love, whatever. I just write about everything that inspires me.
And also with all this stuff that was going on, with your songwriting and stuff like that. And again, correct me. Did you make time to be a judge for one of those sort of singing television contests too?
Yeah, I was a coach on The Voice Belgium in 2014. Absolutely. I like to do, for me, music's always been the main thing, but it gives you access to so many different things that are fun. And I think my favorite thing on The Voice Belgium was the producer aspect, because you're in charge of, what the stage's going to look like, what the sound's going to be, how what the arrangement's going to be, what's going to be the best key for your talent to sing in. So you really have this, like, whole thing that you're managing, and that was really interesting for me as an artist. It probably made me a better artist by being a coach and meeting all those great talents that I had on my team. So yeah, the television thing is definitely a thing I like doing too, because it's just another aspect of the music job that I really like.
Now remind me again, what's your latest single?
So my latest single is a song called All Around Us. It's a very positive song. I wrote it last year in New York. A friend of mine and I were talking about how, there's a lot of depressing news around us all the time, and how, media tend to be really negative and stuff. And I'm a super positive person. I was like, it'd be awesome if, more people could look around them and see all the good that's been done every day by human beings. And so we wrote this song about all the positive stuff we have all around us, basically. And that's how the song was born.
If you're looking for a sign, some help to ease your mind, it's all around us, all around us, all around. If you're wishing for a change, let the love be great again. It's all around us, all around us, all around.
Well, I assume you're going to be performing that tonight when you're standing on that stage?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of my favorite songs to perform. It's really epic. I play it towards the end of my set. And it appears to be the favorite song of, like, most people in the crew, and also Shania's favorite. So this song is really has something special. And I just love to perform it. I love performing anyway, dude. It's like, I go on stage and I just embrace the moment, enjoy it, interact with the crowd as much as I can, and really try to do my job as an opening band, which is warming it up. And so that's what I do every night.
Well, like I said, man, I think a lot of fans are looking forward to this. When are we going to see you as a headliner? Do you think you're going to be coming back to Toronto or touring Canada? What's going to happen with the rest of 2018?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the plan. So 2018 is going to be a bit complicated for me to come back as a headliner, since the tour is going all the way to December. I think our last show is December 22nd. And so it's probably going to be next year, but we're going to drop new music by the end of the year or early next year. And then definitely we'll have a headlining tour coming back to some of the places we played with Shania, and definitely Canada, Toronto, Ontario in general is going to be one of our priorities. And so, yeah, probably 2019 we'll be back with a headlining show, and it'd be good to see everybody again.
Looking forward to it, man. Social media, where do we go to follow you, wherever you are around the world with Shania?
Yeah, social media, if you want to follow the tour and see all the exciting places we're going to go travel to. Instagram is going to be Bastian Baker. So is going to be Twitter and Facebook. Really easy. Bastian Baker. And, I post quite a lot, so follow me, and I hope you'll have fun following my little adventures around the globe.
Have a great time tonight. Glad you're here in Toronto. Glad that you got a chance to see parts of the city. So really enjoying that. But thanks for the music, and looking forward to seeing you coming back again next year, my friend.
Thank you very much for having me, and I wish you all a really good day.
Take care, my friend. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, man. Have a good one.